I do want to respond to JC saying, can we start a different version of Twitter? I get so triggered every time somebody says that because it's so obviously inefficient and like, does it, what do you, I mean, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, that's where you have to be if you want to have any influence at all. Okay? Any influence at all.
Let's be
If
honest.
you, yeah, I mean, this whole idea of like, Armin, well, let give up on Twitter, give up on Facebook, give up on YouTube, go somewhere else. Yeah, look at all the people that went somewhere else. They're now invisible. There's not like, no, there's no, you can't do that. You cannot do that. If you're not on these platforms, you don't matter.
Hmm.
Your activism is not going to go anywhere. You have to be on these platforms.
Yeah.
YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And now TikTok, actually.
And people have tried. I mean, there's Locals, there's Parlor,
Yeah.
something called Slug. I don't know what the hell that is.
Yeah, and those are the most successful attempts at going after these to create some competition. And look at look at the people that are in there and the reach that they have compared to what they had before is nothing.
Mhm.
It's basically close to zero significance. But
Well,
go
I
on.
will say it kind of depends on the market. You know, for a very specific market,
Yeah,
Telegram is very successful. But
Telegram
for
is
our
successful for people outside of like in Iran,
exactly,
for example.
I was about to say
Yeah.
that for an English-speaking audience, this is what we have to work with, and this is why we need to
Hmm.
fight against this BS.
Hmm.
Yeah. There's almost no growth with other platforms. Think of someone like Milo Yiannopoulos, who's basically been banned from the entire internet. He's completely gone from the
Hmm.
internet. Sure, there's still some esoteric group that really cares about him, that is subscribed to him uncensored, but aside from that, there's no growth to his platform. Nobody knows anything about his views aside from some screenshots that once in a while somebody will post. But that's about it.
Right.
They're basically dead. Alex Jones is completely dead at
No,
this
that's
point.
not true.
Really?
No,
No.
well, he's not completely dead because he still gets invited in the two YouTube shows, two podcasts. But he's not. When we say completely, we're exaggerating. But it's very obviously much less significant than compared to before, right? That's what we actually mean, right? Um,
Yeah, I'm not saying he's
yeah.
like not relevant in the slightest. No one's going to pay attention to him. He might as well not exist. Yeah, obviously not.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
compared
we're not. By the way, yeah, we're not saying there's the answer, and you're missing the point. We're not saying that's a loss to humanity that he is, that he's not there anymore. Obviously, we don't think he's like. Obviously, Alex Jones he's crazy, right? But
Oh my
the
gosh.
point is basically us comparing the reach that you have. If you like, yeah, that you have. There's the answer. You're missing the point. Go on, sorry. Go on.
That just reminded me. So did you guys see that Brett Weinstein was recently
Uh,
completely banned on Facebook?
no, I
yeah,
didn't see that.
Yeah.
But
And it reminded me
hmm.
because as much as I don't like him, I remember seeing Dave Rubin reply to this on Twitter saying it was never going to end with Alex Jones.
Right,
Which I
but
don't, Rubin, come
I,
on. But like, yeah,
I do want to go back to
Brett
talking
Weinstein.
about alternative social media though. Another problem with like Parlor, like somewhere like Parlor is that um, these alternative social media websites, what happens is that people go to them specifically because they have less censorship, right? And if they go to these alternative websites because there's less social media, it's not people are not going to go to them because like, oh, let me go and put my recipe video like on Parlor or on BitChute
Hmm.
or stuff like that, right? So people who are like doing, I don't know, dog videos or like exercise or cooking videos, they're like, I'm happy on Facebook, I'm happy on Twitter, I'm happy on YouTube. There's no issue with that. And guess what? That is where the vast majority of most people go to YouTube because of those kind of content. Oh, like here's a trailer for the latest movie, right? And you need to like, even though activism related work is like half a percentage of the content out there, it needs to be on the platform where people are watching trailers of the latest Disney movie or whatever, right? If you make a platform that is non doesn't have censorship, the only people that are going to go on there are going to be people that are activists. And
Well,
if that hold on, just let me say this, like mostly, okay? And if that social media if that content platform becomes mostly or largely about activism, it's not going to have the masses over there. And if it doesn't have the masses over there, the people that are also on the side mostly are there to watch, I don't know, trailers or recipes or workout videos, or then you're not going to reach out to the masses because, like, guess you're just going to create a circle jerk. But go on, what are you going to say?
It's not just activists.
I didn't say just, like, I'm just saying mostly and largely. This is why I'm being careful with my wording, okay? If it's mostly associated with that, you're going to get the craziest people there. You're going to get some people that are unjustly censored, but you also get, like, people that are justly censored. You're going to get the people that, I don't know, like, they have the crackpot ideas, and the people that are just spreading, the wildest conspiracy theories, and also people that are just promoting violence and crap like that. That's going to be there. I mean, who do you think, like, that's going to be an environment where the average person wants to hang out? No. So that's another problem with these alternative content platforms. But go on.
Yeah, like when I, took a little peruse around Parler, it was some of the most overtly, explicitly, disgustingly racist stuff I have ever seen in my entire life. So I guess I got a little bit triggered when you were like, if it's mostly activists there, I'm like, those people ain't activists.
Yeah.
Like, well, maybe they are, but not for anything that I support.
They are activists. Just because they're not your brand of activists, that doesn't mean they're not activists, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't, I'm like, don't label them that way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, should we continue?